I am Braedyn, reporting for Kids First, and today I had the pleasure of speaking with Kevin Sorbo about the movie What If, which returns to theaters for its 15th anniversary on August 5th and 7th, 2025, as a special screening event via Fathom Events. Mr. Sorbo is an actor, producer, and director who appeared in over 150 commercials before landing his breakout series, Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, which would lead him to stardom. His heart is as big as Hercules himself, and he leads the World Fit for Kids as chair and spokesperson. Now, let's find out what If is all about. So, thank you for talking with me today, Mr. Sorbo.
Sure. Kevin, call me Kevin.
Of course, will do. So, the central thesis in What If is to not ignore what God has in store for you. Since this movie released 15 years ago, how have you seen balancing personal ambition with God's call resonate with audiences?
You know what? I'm going to back just a little bit of how the movie even started, how I even got it. Dallas Jenkins, a good buddy of mine, he's obviously doing highly successful stuff with The Chosen right now. He gave me this script just to kind of give notes on it, and I read it, and I said, who's playing Pastor Ben? And he named a couple of actors. I said, no, I'm playing him. He said, no, I can't afford you, man. And I said, no, I have to. This is the best script I've ever read, because by then I've done, at that point, I did obviously 7 years on Hercules, 5 on Andromeda, and I'd done about a dozen movies or so. And I said, this script is so good. I got to be part of this. I love the message within this movie because it's got hope. It's got redemption. It's got faith. It's got laughter. Things that Hollywood used to do. Hollywood doesn't do movies like that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very good movie. There's so much detail. You can tell the wholesomeness behind all the characters that they really enjoyed playing that movie. I definitely sense that from your character.
Oh, thanks. You know, it's weird because I talk about a lot. Since 2012, I've written 4 books, and I do a lot of speaking events on these things. And every speaking event I do about 15 a year on average. I bring up that movie. I said, look, I've done over 90 movies. That's in my top 3. The movie's an amazing story. And I talk about it, and then I get a call from Dallas saying, you know, a lot of people are starting to stream What If again. And because of the power he has with The Chosen, we're talking about re-releasing this movie again. I said, I'd love to do it. We got together outside of Texas, outside of Dallas, Fort Worth area. It was Dallas, myself, John Ratzenberger's in the movie, Kristy Swanson, Michael Scott, one of the producers. And we did this huge sort of round table talking about the movie again. And I know they clipped it all together and they put it at the end of the screening. So when people watch this movie in theaters, they'll see our little memory lane moments about What If. So I am so grateful this movie's getting back out there because it's a better movie in my book than God's Not Dead. It's the same writers. God's Not Dead was a huge hit, but to me, What If is a better movie. So I'm grateful for this What If to get this movie What If back out there. And I just want to quickly, August 5th and August 7th, please go to fathomentertainment.com or go to What If in Facebook. Please tell your religious leaders they should tell everybody to see this movie. If we get these theaters filled up, we'll get more days. It's very important to help the independent projects get out there.
So this film is terrific in showing how to keep your faith in the midst of life's trials.
Mm-hmm.
As a Christian actor, have you seen it gotten easier or harder maybe for a biblically based studio or individual to get their footing in the film industry?
People are getting more bold. More and more people are starting to step up and not be afraid. Fear is an amazing weapon. We saw every government at every level during COVID use fear to control our lives. Well, fear is a satanic tool. It really is. The only thing to fear is fear itself, right? So that's what
Exactly.
FDR did back in the day. So we need to not be afraid. And a lot of things we worry about in life never happen anyway. It's such a wasted time of worry because it's physically and mentally it's so bad for you. So to me, I love the road that I've been on. I think people should just be open about it and not be afraid and get out there and just support these movies. Support it. I get stopped all the time through airports and hotel lobbies by people saying, keep making the movies they're making. I get a lot of people through Sorbo Studios every day. Please sign up at sorbostudios.com. Every day I get people saying, I became a Christian because of your movies. Or look, hey, I'm an atheist, but I saw this movie or that movie you did. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it had a good message. To me, that's a win.
So what was the most humorous event that took place when you were making this film?
I look for humor in everything. You got to have fun on the set. I like
Exactly, yes.
fast pace. Every movie set is a lot of wasted time, and I knew that growing up, watching all these movies that I was involved in TV shows. I don't allow wasted time. To me, it's like let's keep going. I never cut. To me, if we finish the scene, I run on a set, I very quickly maybe give a direction or two to the actor, run back off and keep the movie going. Because once you call and scene on a movie, you call cut, then everybody runs in. They want to relight, they want to do makeup again, they want to do this. No, keep it going, keep it going. I stole that from another the director I worked with. You keep that energy flowing. So to me, it's just there was too many moments that we laughed on that set because it's just fun to do it. Dallas and I butted heads creatively sometimes, but never in a hateful way. I have an idea, he has an idea. I'm strong opinion, he's strong opinion. But that's good. It's good to have different opinions and talk about different things. I won some of the battles, he won most of the battles. But the thing was, it was his movie. He knew what he wanted, and ultimately, what we fought for, he was right. And some things I fought for, I was right. But that's just part of the creative process. I'm not sit there to be a dictator on the set, and neither is he. So to me, it's just good to have a collaboration.
Exactly. As iron sharpens iron, brethren sharpens brethren.
Yep, very true, very true.
So speaking of humor, Mike the Angel adds lots of laughs to this film throughout his dialogue with Ben. What was it like working with John Ratzenberger?
John is great. I actually did an episode of Cheers back in the day, just a couple lines on it and stuff. But I've worked with John again. I directed John a movie called Miracle in East Texas, which came out in theaters 2 years ago. Wonderful true story. John did an amazing job in it. He's a pro. He's funny. His character was great. I mean, if they didn't give me the Ben character, I would have taken that character in a heartbeat. It's just a fun character to play. I think one of my favorite lines in there was when I asked him what kind of angel is he, represent me. He says, "I'm babysitting you." That should tell you the kind of angel I am. So it was just fun dialogue in there, and he just had a great time with it and did an amazing job.
Ben is the most complex character in this film by far, clashing his small town history with his present day life in the city. Is there an aspect or character trait of Ben that you can relate to at all?
Sure, the stubbornness. Stubbornness. I think we're all stubborn. I mean, I'm stubborn in things that I believe in and want to do with my life. I've had people tell me, well, maybe you should try this instead of trying that, and I'll fight back. But if you have a good enough argument and get a good enough a set of examples for me, then heck, I'll give it a go and give it a try. Sure.
Was there a challenge or a rough time that happened while filming it all? Like maybe a mistake that ended up in a blooper reel or just some overall event?
There was one moment. There's a scene I have with Kristy Swanson it's nighttime, and she's going to read a Bible verse to me, a Bible passage to me. And her and Dallas talked about that without telling me. And it's a long scene. And near the end, she opens the Bible and she turns it around and gives it to my character. And I was already in character. I was into it. And I didn't, in my head, wasn't going, no, wait a minute. She's supposed to read the Bible, not me. But it ends up being an amazingly touching and moving part where I look down to read this passage. And as I'm reading it, it just brings tears to my eyes. And she says, "Is there any part of that Bible verse that might apply to you?" And I realized that Bible verse was speaking to the wrong road that I was on at that moment. So it's pretty cool. It was a very powerful moment.
So what do you hope audiences will take away from watching or maybe rewatching What If?
Well, I hope they find that, and I hope everybody goes, of all faith and non-faith, everybody shows up. I hope they find hope. I hope they find redemption. That's really the essence of the movie right there. It's just that there's always a way to change your life. You have to want to change it.
Exactly, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I completely agree. Even if you haven't gotten into something like this before, I definitely recommend go seeing it. It is a wonderful movie and you will not regret going to watch it.
Great. August 5th, August 7th. Please check it out. Tell your pastors, tell everybody to fill these places up because we'll get more than 2 days if we fill up the theaters.
And that is something that we definitely would want.
Awesome.
Thank you for talking with me today, Kevin Sorbo.
My pleasure. Have a great day.
Well, that's it for now. Once again, I am Braedyn reporting with Kids First. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel to stay informed about upcoming films. Thank you, and bye for now.